Hello, my name is Rachel Oglesby. My proposal is on post-traumatic stress disorder, which is also known as PTSD, in police officers. PTSD includes symptoms that begin and persist after a person has survived or in some cases witnessed a severely traumatic or life-threatening event. Because trauma puts us on high alert, it can lead to neurochemical changes in your brain and body. In some cases, memories of trauma can become difficult to process while anxiety increases. All causes the person to re-experience the feelings associated with trauma as if it were reoccurring in the present. I have a picture that notes that not all wounds are visible, and I believe that this does apply to PTSD. The most common symptoms of PTSD are intense feelings of distress, extreme anger, nightmares, loss of interest in activities, flashbacks of the traumatic event, and excessive drinking and/or drug use. The overview of the problem or officers could have experienced traumatizing, life-changing events during their duty. Police officers need to understand that not every officer reacts the same to certain events, and it is normal to feel anxious after certain severe cases. During a life or death event, it becomes down to protecting someone's life and not putting yourself first. The graph shows the first responder's death in 2017. My proposition is for police officers to be able to get help immediately. It is important to notify your supervisor and make them aware of the medical situation. I would also recommend that a 30-day medical leave should be available if needed. Also, a mandatory mental evaluation should be performed and if needed, prescribed medication to help with symptoms at no cost to the police officer. Our government should also pay for all medical costs and prescriptions so the police officer does not have to worry about financial debts. This picture that I have showed on my slide shows an officer battling his PTSD on duty. There have been several solutions that have been tried to help police officers with PTSD. They are behavioral therapy, medications to treat PTSD, psychotherapy, which is trying to treat mental health problems by talking to a specialized doctor, reprocessing, and that is reliving and or retelling the traumatic experience to see if talking about it could help lessen the anxiety and or depression. Also, mindfulness, which is accepting your thoughts and feelings without a negative action and understanding that this could be helpful in remembering what happened to them. I have attached a slide that copes with PTSD strategies. They include spending time with people, exercising, eating right, journaling your feelings, and or counseling. Solutions to this potential medical problem could be that police officers get paid a 30-day mental break from duty. The officer gets to talk to a psychiatrist that includes past or present feelings that have triggered PTSD symptoms. Start medications if needed and be monitored weekly. The officer should be able to put his health first without worrying about his jobs or financial burdens. Also, it is important to join a support group, but it should also be mandatory for the first few months after diagnosis of PTSD to make sure the officer is getting better and is on the right track. I have included two pictures that includes a picture of PTSD medication and a group therapy meeting. There have been several. The feasibility of this proposal includes that the government should have funds that is quickly accessible for police officers' medical needs. There should be extra police officers available for duty to fill in the gaps for officers that need to be on medical leave. Specialized doctors should be on call for help immediately. The chief of the police department should make meetings available to be held weekly and or monthly at the police station. Lastly, there should be a series of questions and a medical exam to clear the officer for active duty again. I have included a picture of an actual psychiatrist that deals with officers and PTSD in Raleigh, North Carolina. The call to action to get this accomplished could be raise taxes to get funds available for police officers. There should be free medications to officers if needed. The officers should be required to attend psychiatric meetings and be evaluated. Lastly, there should always be support and patience in dealing with this medical diagnosis. Friends and family should be a top priority, so the officer does not feel alone, and know that this condition can get better with the right amount of medical intervention. It will take time and patience to find the right balance in medications and doctors, but it will be worth it in the end. Our police officers should be a top priority in our community. Their safety and mental state should be important to all of us. My last picture has two holding hands, which represents hope and support. Finally, the last two slides are my references for this proposal. Thank you.